Greetings YouTube, Ronin Frog 87 here, and today I'm coming at you with another video of Yugioh Folklore. In this series I discuss all the different cultures, religions, mythologies, and folklores that a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and archetypes are based off of. And today I wanted to discuss Chronomaly. Now you're thinking, what are the Chronomalies based off of? Well, before we get into that, let's get into Chronomalies' OCG name. In the OCG, they are known as Oops Arts, and Oops Arts stands for Out of Place Artifacts. Now, what is an out of place artifact? You ask. Well, I'm glad you asked, because an out of place artifact is an artifact that a ancient civilization or culture has that you wouldn't think they would have, given that they had limited technology at the time. For example, these can range anywhere from small, like having little small figurines, like for instance the Baghdad battery. If you don't know what the Baghdad battery is, in ancient Iraq. Sorry guys, my freaking chickens are. I don't know what the hell they're doing out there, but anyways, in ancient Iraq there was people have discovered this pot that works like a battery, and people were like, what the hell? These ancient people shouldn't have access to this kind of technology. We think of batteries as this modern technology. And they range from small things like that to very large things like the ancient pyramids in Egypt. Like, people are wondering, how the hell did the ancient Egyptians do this? This was like a civilization that was that existed thousands of years ago. How the hell did they do this? How the hell did they move all these heavy as boulders and rocks and to construct the pyramid? And how the hell did they do it to how the hell did they get them to align exactly with multiple stars and constellations in the sky? People are wondering how they did that, and this is where the ancient aliens aspect comes into this. People are all, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that, that meme with a guy with the crazy hair goes aliens. That's one of the History Channel's most popular memes. Well, anyways, so yeah, the theory goes that ancient, astronauts, as it were, ancient, aliens came down to Earth thousands of years ago and gave a jump start to a lot of civilizations, like the Maya and the Egyptians and the Sumerians and Cambodians and the Druids and Stonehenge and in England and whatnot. And so yeah, I mean, and it's cool that Konami based an archetype off of this. And if you're wondering what Chronomaly means, well, Chronomaly is a portmanteau of the words chrono, which is a Greek word for time, and anomaly, which an anomaly is like something that's an aberration, something weird that happens, something that's not, it's an unusual event that happens. It's like something that's not supposed to happen, but it does. So so basically taken together, it's like something in time that's not supposed to happen, which it's kind of like is close in mind to what Oops Art means, and so that's pretty cool. And so what I like about the Chronomalies is that they're like taken from all these various ancient civilizations across the world, and that's just awesome because I am a huge history buff and I love ancient civilizations, and I'm glad that Konami made an archetype based off of it. What I don't like is that the only thing I don't like is that the best one, Libra Disc, is still an LCG exclusive, but hey, that's not what this video is gonna be about. So let's see, and having said all that, let's get into the individual cards and some of the cards I have here. The first one is Chronomaly Crystal Skull, and so the Crystal Skulls, guys, besides that horrible Indiana Jones movie that came out like a few years ago, that was like the worst Indiana Jones movie. But anyways, like I was saying, these are interesting because these are attributed to ancient Maya and ancient Inca and ancient Aztec cultures. But a lot of their skulls were made of other stuff besides crystal, and people have saying that these have been faked, that these are weird anomalies, guys, as the name suggests. A lot of people have saying that these have been faked and whatnot. It's just really weird. I really implore you to look this one up because it's interesting. It's so weird, guys. It's super weird. A lot of people don't know where the crystal skulls came from. I mean, how exactly they were made. It's awesome. Just look it up. They can explain it way better than I can. And the next one is Chronomaly Golden Jet. Now, this is from an ancient, I forget the name, but it's from an ancient Colombian culture. And what's cool about this, sorry about that guys, is that this is a little figurine that was found in this ancient Colombian village or whatnot. And it looks like a jet plane, doesn't it? People are like, oh wait a minute, this culture might have come in contact with aliens, because look at this. I mean, just look at how it looks like. And guys, it does look like how the artifact really does in real life. Sorry, I don't have any pictures, but if I'm able to, I will put some, or I'll put links so you guys can see what I'm talking about down in the description below. But anyways, these are like, look at the aerodynamics on this little figurine. This this is like probably a spaceship. People are like, oh, aliens must have been involved. But a theory to counteract that one is like, no, guys, you guys are taking it too far. These are just probably animals like frogs and other little creatures that they base figurines off of. So that's pretty cool. And the next one is the Chronomally Colossal Head. This one is based off of the giant Olmec heads found in Mexico and whatnot. The Olmecs were like one of Mexico's first ancient civilizations. And the miraculous thing about this, guys, is that the colossal heads, they're freaking huge. They're like as big as people. They're bigger than most people in a lot of respect. Modern day people, anyways. And these things were heavy. They're like how the hell do they move these around? People are like, they must have had, especially in ancient Mexico, they didn't have horses or oxen or bulls or elephants or anything like that to move these things around. So they're like, how the hell did they do it? And so there's a lot of theories, and then of course there's the whole ancient aliens theory that aliens must have helped them and whatnot. And speaking of colossal things, we have sorry guys, I was just thinking of a joke right now, colossal head. Anyway, sorry, I gotta get my mind out of the gutter. Little kids can be watching this. And the next one, speaking of that, heavy things, is Chronomally Moai. These are found on the Easter Islands of I believe, somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. They're islands in the Pacific Ocean. And these things are huge. These things got anywhere from 10 feet to 30 feet tall, and they weigh thousands of pounds. And again, people are like, how the hell did people move these? Not only did they carve them, but how the hell did they move these heavy things? And it's just friggin' amazing, like, all the theories people come up with. And the next one we have is Chronomally Crystal Bones. This one's a little weirder for the fact that I don't see how this one fits into. I researched it and I don't see how it fits into the whole ancient aliens thing. For one thing, these are like the calcified remains of a sacrificed virgin, I believe it was. They found in Belize, in Central America. They found a cave, and they found like the calcified remains of a girl. And they, through forensics and stuff, they discovered that she was a virgin and whatnot. So it must have been like a virgin sacrifice. Because like in Central America and in Mesoamerica and ancient Mexico, they did sacrifice people. They actually did human sacrifices, which is pretty gruesome. And then one of the cool spell cards that Chronomalies have was Chronomaly Pyramid Eye Tablet. And this one is based off of the Emerald Tablet. And if for those of you who don't know, the Emerald Tablet is like it supposedly tells you how to make it's supposedly a tablet on instructions of alchemy. It's supposed to tell you how to make lead into gold and things like that. And like the original has never been found. And people were like, copies of the book were like I believe in the Middle East around 600 BC. Excuse me, 600 AD, and people were like, and then they got transcribed to Europe eventually, through the Crusades and whatnot. And people were like, oh my god, this is like, the instructions on how to turn lead into gold and, alchemy and whatnot and yada yada yada. How to make a philosopher's stone and things like that. And of course, guys, the cool thing about Chronomalies is that a lot of their exes are based off, not all of them, but a lot of them are based off of ancient cities as well. And the one I have here is number 33, Chronomally Machu Mech, and this is based off of Machu Picchu. It's one of the excuse me guys, it's one of like the most famous ancient ruins of all time. If you don't know what Machu Picchu is, guys, it's like in South America, in Peru to be exact, in Peru. It's like these ancient ruins that are Peruvian ruins. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's like there's theories as to what they are, but there's not one concrete thing as to what it actually is, because when it was discovered, it was already long gone. It was already long abandoned, kind of like a lot of the Mayan settlements as well when the Spanish got there. Well, anyway, so this is found in Machu Picchu. Is found in Peru, and like I said, ancient ruins. And there's a number of theories as to what it actually is. A lot of people think it's like it was like one of the last Incan cities to survive. A lot of people believe that it was like a place where people prayed to the gods, to the Incan gods, or a lot of people thought it was like an ancient resort, like it was like an ancient Las Vegas or something, or ancient Hamptons or Beverly Hills or something like that along those lines. And there's a number of theories, and what the cool thing is that we don't know, and I just like all these theories as to what it is. And of course, Konami seems to think it's like an ancient city built by aliens, because look at that. If you can see here, that's Machu Picchu on the top, and under is like a spaceship that's hovering it, and it's pretty cool, pretty awesome. I like Konami doing that. And the last card I have here, guys, is Chronomalies Crystal Chrononaut. And this is freaking cool because this is the ancient alien itself right here. These are the ancient aliens. These kind of remind me like the aliens from Prometheus. You know, the engineers from that. No, Prometheus was a terrible movie, but it still reminds me of them. Because you know how in Prometheus, like the engineers created life and they gave people ancient civilizations hints as how to contact them and whatnot. And this is it, guys. This is like, this is cool. That's what I like about this card. How this is like, according to a lot of like the ancient aliens theorists, it was because of these guys that we had the ancient pyramids, and how we went from cavemen to, you know, ancient Egyptians, and you know how we went from dirty cavemen to sophisticated, civilized, you know, Egyptians and ancient Greeks and Romans and things and whatnot, things like that. So that's pretty cool. Do I actually believe that? No, guys, I really don't. I believe, you know, we don't give ancient peoples enough credit. You know, they were very smart. They were very resourceful. They are our ancestors after all. And, you know, we find ways today how to do things, and I'm pretty sure they did as well. And so yeah, guys, that pretty much sums it up. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I mean, the last one was pretty well received, and I hope to continue this series. And I hope you guys enjoyed, as always. If you did, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, guys. You don't know how much I appreciate it. I really freaking do. And as always, I am Ronin Frog 87, bidding you farewell and hoping you enjoy the rest of your day.